Okay, welcome to this preview of the La Liga, Spanish La Liga match day 23, starting the 28th of January 2022. And I think we performed pretty okay in this league as well. We are doing this as usual with the Betmaster Tool that you're very familiar with already, and most likely you have your access already. If you haven't done so, you can follow the link in the description and get your access here as well. And in case you have any questions, doubts about it, or you need an introduction to it, you can. I'm trying to improve the help function and so on. So anytime soon it should improve in all areas. Of course, it's a growing and developing project, but you can also get this 1 hour session with me where I show you the most vital functions here and how to use it, and then I think you can happily write your own luck with the assistance of this tool, which is doing an excellent job. In fact, by compiling all the prices you need, you get prices for at market with it, everything you can bet on in football. We even have basketball now, and I'm going to introduce more sports to it anytime soon. And we're going to compare. We have this statistic-based method, which is another going to come. I mean, it's a future feature for this tool. What am I doing here? Atalanta Cagliari is not what I wanted to see. This was my problem here. And and we have this statistic-based method as well that I've been using for 6 years now, the recent 6 or 7 years you could say, that I've applied this, and in fact I've implemented it already in my old standalone version that I've been working it for over the years, and it's going to come into the Betmaster as well. So you have two alternative methods of compiling the prices, and this statistic-based method, it's not perfect yet in this Excel. It's just an Excel export more or less, and a quick compilation here, but at least we have some hint already, which can guide the way. Which sites do we like, or do we approve those bets? And of course, this is what is intended to happen in the future, that you can compare, so to say, with yourself, or you have two methods to compiling the prices, and then you can say, okay, this is fully approved, so this needs to be a good bet, and then you can go for it. Getafe against Levante, it says here 190 as a true price. You can show the probability too here. It's 52.7% that the computer says, based on the strength of the teams, the evaluations, the settings of the teams, and home advantage, and so on. And you are compiling the goal expectancies here, and from these, with the simulation, it's turning into probabilities. And we compare this with this here, and it says, well, more or less, it's the same chance for Getafe. And I would instantly go for Getafe in case I get a price better than 2, and which is the case here, 2.04. So we have a bet on Getafe. We keep that in mind. In Elche against Alaves, I'm looking at it for the first time right now, so I haven't done any comparison, which I like to do it this way, to do this work more or less with you, which is actually a joy, of course, for me. And I hope for you as well. Elche 233, it says here 269. Okay, so either the draw or nothing. 318 would be the draw indicated. We can compare here against in Elche against Alaves. No, says this tool here. It says much more Elche. We know Alaves are desperate at the moment, and Elche are actually doing quite okay, drawing at Real Madrid last time out. So 269 sounds like a bit too much. This is a lot lower. No draw indication really with this new method here, the statistic-based method, which is just telling us Alaves are not just low in the table, they are also not playing well. So we skip this one, no bet. Mallorca against Cadiz 230 is too high compared to market. Tool always likes Cadiz. We have a look if this is approved here. It's not, so it's dislikes them here. Statistically, they are no good, and so the market will be a lot better. 180 is very low. 351, 480, 351, 480. This is way above here, but with this deviation here, I actually can't recommend Cadiz anymore. So anyone having the indication here could instantly say, okay, obviously Cadiz are no good. If you want to see how to do this, we have this power rating here, and in fact it says here Cadiz 0.56. This is their goals expected to score divided by the goals conceded, which is more or less what they played at, but this is adjusting game by game, and we can instantly have a look here and right away say, okay, well, it's 0.574. So this is not the mistake here. It may be Mallorca who are better. They are 0.642. We have a look here. They are 0.78. So it's much more Mallorca. So in case you think, okay, this statistic method is convincing, well, we make it between 0.764 that it had been here and 0.7 something from this, and we save it here. And yes, I want to overwrite this just to show you that you can instantly adjust your settings, and then we simply recompile this game and we see a different price here, which will come at least a bit closer, 1.43, 0.93. The goal expectancy is now 1.43, 0.93. Well, it's just a minor adjustment, making it 2.17, so it would still say Cadiz, but we have some more space for adjustment. It was just a demonstration how you can adjust your settings, also of course following my expert advices in this case. But as soon as you have this in the tool, which you can also buy the future invest somehow, that you can get those future because you trust me, I'm going to do it for you. Then you could also have a share of this. Celta against Rayo 2.04 sounds like a bit too low. In fact, this is way too low, isn't it? 148, 0.99. Well, here it would say it's a bit too low, but not by miles. So we compare this, but market also likes them both. But 2.01, so it's actually no bet here. I mean, it's simply confirmed we are going along with market, everything perfect. Osasuna against Sevilla 2.02. Well, Osasuna completely out of shape, and Sevilla are of course strong, but not really number one. Here it says we could either go with Osasuna or nothing. So we compare the price market has 2.18. If this were above, we don't go for it. So we simply skip it. Or, in fact, the 320 are above this 3.12. So we would even have a remote draw, because this is even less goals or fewer goals. At least it's more draw prone, if you want so. And we could, in fact, here we have to compare it here. Expected 3.62. This is and 3.1 is the true price for the draw that had been occurring. So if we get more than 3.1, it's a good bet. I mean, this is at least compared to what happened in the past. Here it had been 14 draws in 44 games, so this is also like 3.15 something. It's also approved, so we could go for the draw on this one. Valencia against Real Sociedad, yeah, 254 sounds a bit too low. Valencia are good, but Real Sociedad still way ahead. Would it confirm here? Well, it would more or less confirm. So most likely market will also be close, 284, 261. Well, as I said, it sounds a bit too low, 261. I don't know what I said, but anyway, it's close enough. We won't have a bet. Here it's even a bit less. Well, a bit less of an edge to Real Sociedad. So no way we could go with them, and we don't want them. Barcelona 246 sounds very good to me, but the market will maybe be a bit higher, but they are both, well, not perfect. Here it would say even a bit better of a chance for Barcelona, so we can check that. If we get better, we don't really get better. I was hoping for 250 maybe, but Atletico are also not so well respected at the moment, so we don't have a bet there, sadly. I would wish to go with Barcelona, and the statistic method would somehow prove, but I have to say it's also more I support them, and then I continue, although the efforts are not fully confirming it, right? Betis against Villarreal 250 sounds very good to me. Would this be confirmed here? Betis against Villarreal. Well, here it would say even clearly a better chance for Betis. So would we have a chance to get more than 250? Well, it's 240. In fact, that's a very good assessment by market and also by myself. Here it would, I mean, what would I... This is just rubbish. But here it would say Betis is even good enough to overcome the 240. So we would have some space for adjustment to even go with Betis, who simply played well, which is confirmed here. We can check it in the power rating once again. And Betis are simply good, while Villarreal maybe, well, they are close enough. Direct neighbors here. It's more going down than possibly to the home-away records or efforts as well, and things like that, and which we maybe at the moment would not approve. 6-2-3 against 1-5-4. Well, this is Villarreal are no good on the road. That may be the reason. So if you get a draw no bet, maybe like 190, something like that, it's just pure fantasy. It will be 180 something, right? 181. Well, that's simply not good enough, although this new method here would approve. Now we have Real Madrid against Granada, 130. We never have a chance to go with Real, but Granada actually in excellent shape at the moment. What does this tool here tell us? Real 211.079. It would easily confirm a bet on Granada not to lose. 640.11. Well, that's not really. It's just a draw. Maybe confirmed from this. But well, it's actually 640 from 620 is not a real bet. So, but if you like it, you could try. Athletic Club against Espanyol 210 sounds actually like a bit too much to me, and 171.09 would actually prove me right. I mean, more or less, they are at least a bit stronger than that. So any price, well, market will be a bit lower, I'm sure. 167. Well, this is in fact then again too low, and we would have to go with the X2 here, 375, 532. Although in fact Espanyol obviously lost their shape, and also on the road 146, and the most recent games lost, draw, loss. Okay, no good, but also not awful win at Valencia. And you look at the blue and red bars, which you can do it as well. The more blue, the better they are. And this is still going in favor of Espanyol. But I watched a couple of games that Athletic played. They made a very strong impression to me. But of course, this whole league is strong. 7-10-5 at home, 4-4 would simply all over the place. It is Espanyol. Although this would here confirm that they have a slightly better chance, but it is not by miles. So we had to go with Espanyol X2. So I tried to summarize. Getafe we needed to go for, if I remember correctly, which is here clearly approved. Getafe, this was no bet at all. This was no bet. This was no bet, fully approved with market. This was also no bet with Sevilla. Here as well, we have to stay away. Also in Barcelona, also in Betis. The draw was somewhere the 6th. Where was it? The draw here, Osasuna. Sorry, Getafe win, draw in Osasuna, draw in Real Madrid, and X2 in Athletic Bilbao, and that's more or less it. but you shouldn't be too sad if you do not find many bets, as long as you win them, of course. But this is, of course, very highly professional if you start to select just a very few games, because it's not easy to beat market at any given game. And if you select the 3, or you say there's a kickoff here, what I'm gonna bet, this is not the approach to make money. But what I'm telling you, thank you anyway very much, and bye bye, and see you soon.